How do everybody? Got a bit of a unscripted video here, but it's in reference to the other day where my video was about the singing of Rule Britannia and is society being culturally subverted. And I think this video is another example of what I was sort of leaning to in what I was saying in that. As I referenced in that video about a technique called salami slicing, which is a sort of technique designed to undermine society by constantly chipping away at tiny pieces, so that plausible deniability can be implied as to what is actually the end goal that's happening. But it's done across a wide spectrum of vectors within the society itself. And in this video that you're going to see, this is a special constable. They are volunteer police officers. Usually it is a stepping stone into becoming accepted within the police force itself, although the police won't call themselves a force anymore, ridiculously. They absolutely are a force and should embrace that name for what it is. But again, that is a part of the salami slicing as well, little name changes like that. But in this video, this lady, who I believe is foreign, not only via the way she appears to me to look, but also with her accent as well. Either that or she lives in a very, very closed community within these islands, and as such could be considered a colony or a colonist of these islands, if that is the case, because she clearly hasn't integrated if she's lived her entire life here, but not ended up with what you would call a British accent. So, but she's basically saying in this video, although it is highly, I must be very clear, the video that I will show you very shortly is highly edited, so full context may necessarily not be there, but I believe the video is edited honestly enough to give enough reference. I will also discuss after the video comments that have been made on this tweet. This is on Twitter, by the way, this video. I will put the link below to the video and where it is, but the Metropolitan Police have commented on it themselves, and I will include that at the end of this video after the video of the lady. So here you go for yeah, I believe, I'll go back to it. What I was saying before, I do believe that this lady is actually trying to intentionally subvert British traditions, cultures and values with her actions. I believe she knows exactly what she's doing, and I personally believe she knows that she is lying, and it is part of trying to undermine and exert a form of cultural influence and control and dominance over the indigenous population in and of itself. That is my opinion. I obviously have no evidence other than my own intuition and observations to back that up with, but I think that is what is on display. And again, I think it is part of the wider issue that we are seeing with the salami slicing of our society by subversive elements within our culture. I will put the video on for you right now.
Allowed to do anywhere?
No, miss, you're not allowed to sing church songs outside of church grounds, by the way.
You're not allowed to sing church songs outside
of church songs or church
you're not
grounds. That's fine. That's
you're
fine.
Not allowed. She just said you're not allowed to sing church songs outside of church.
Outside of church grounds, unless you have unless
That's
you've been authorized by the church to do this kind of songs.
Are you saying that you don't care about the Human Rights Act? You're lost. Really.
So as you can see, we are now on the Twitter page with the particular lady herself from the video that you've just watched. And I believe the context, as I said, was, although the video is edited, I think gives enough context to understand exactly what's going on. Now, I've already got the Metropolitan Police message up ready for us here in response to this video footage. So I'll read it out for you just now, and then we can have an explore of the comments after it. So this was filmed in Oxford Street, Westminster over the weekend, that being the weekend of the 27th and the 28th of January 2024, for those who are watching in the future. We're working to understand the context in which these comments were made. We will update as soon as we can. So I don't really think there is much context there really to be taken, apart from the fact that the lady was clearly lying. She was clearly making rules up. I don't think there is any ambiguity in that whatsoever, because if she does know the law and she does know the rules around it, she knows she's lying, or she doesn't know the rules and doesn't know the laws regarding the singing in public, to which case she's just making it up on the spot. Either way, she's lying, as far as I'm concerned anyway. So let's see what people say. So what circumstances possible could lead to an officer sticking the tongue out at a member of the public? Well, yeah, I mean, she's a volunteer. She's not actually a police officer. Have you lost any respect for what was once and still should be the religious basis and founding of our country? Because based on what this officer quoted as law inadvertently implies, it no longer is. I bet she wouldn't say it to other faiths, right? I wholeheartedly agree with Prometheus 2021. I think they raise a very valid point there. What does she think this is? The Soviet Union, stuck behind an iron curtain, unable to sing without permission? Well, ironically, Carmen Verite has kind of leaned into what I'm saying, which is the Soviet-style salami slicing away of culture, values and traditions and social norms. Now, I don't know whether this person actually realises that they're getting into that, but it's nice that people are aware of the actual links to the Soviet Union and communism with that kind of behaviour and what is happening. Why should the British public respect your officers and laws when they clearly do not respect us? Why should any self-respecting Brit continue to comply with your officers after your consistent disregard towards them? Well, a frog, you have raised more excellent points, and this is a very, very serious issue, which is the undermining of the authority of the consenting by police that we do have in this country. The police, we do not have a policing class like some countries do, where officers are actually in and of themselves in a separate class above the general public, and therefore can interpret laws how they want, and certain laws don't apply to them. The police are citizens like the rest of us, and as such have to treat us with the same respect that they would want to be treated with themselves, and to engage in such behaviour and to try and undermine British culture, values and traditions in such an open and brazen manner is going to seriously fray at the threads of the fabric of our society. So what does ICNPC say? Is it true you're not allowed to sing religious songs in public then? Because there's an awful racket every Friday night that needs your attention. I'm not 100% certain what ICNPC is on about then. If anybody understands that, could you please put a comment below? I'd actually like to understand the deep context of that. I'm probably just being thick, and it'll probably be very obvious once it gets explained to me. What does Tweeter Trat say? Can you also work on the context in which she stuck her tongue out at a member of the public Met Police? Is this representative of the Met Police's standards? My bar was low, but this has proven it. Should have been much lower. Well, it isn't really a good start for this lady, is it? Especially that she isn't actually a full-blown officer yet. And if she actually does continue being a police officer, I'll be very, very surprised and quite shocked. And it'll just, once again, further fray at that trust between police and the public. Cher Summerston, yes. The context is so puzzling. Yeah, I think Cher Somerton is alluding to what I'm saying, which is that this individual is trying to undermine the fabric of British culture, values and traditions, and to a certain degree laying dominance with her own culture, values and traditions. And then finally, we've got Chris, who says, whatever the circumstance, this was unprofessional. Absolutely. Now, with that all finished, obviously, I do agree with the general theme of what the people were commenting to the police. I would also suggest going onto the Twitter page itself. As I say, I'll link that in below, and just have a read of other people's comments on there, you know, and you can just see people just getting fed up with this sort of just constantly getting trashed. Our own country by the institutions, and as I say, this constant chipping away, salami slicing at our way of life and just the way we do things here. And it's just getting to the point now where even, I mean, I'm a very, very political person myself, you know, and part of that's probably to do with me being autistic, and that's probably my autistic passion is politics and an ability to notice patterns well before other people can do as well, you know. And I can't really explain it. It's just I just see these things a mile off, and I found out throughout my entire life that 5, 6, 7, even 10 years later, people are suddenly coming on to my way of thinking about things. It's like, yeah, I tried telling you about this 10 years ago, and you called me a nutter. But anyway, you know, but even now, average people are starting to notice this and see it themselves, and it's just a shame that it's taken so long for people to notice, because I do feel that we are getting to a point of almost no return now with this. Where 10 years ago this sort of problem could have been, I think, more reasonably dealt with, but I'm very concerned that we are kind of heading towards a sort of Weimar Republic period of Germany, where we're going to see a serious radicalisation in our political system, and we're going to end up with some real radicals on both sides of the political spectrum, and that's that's not very good really for society. That is my major concern for the moment, but I do fear that it's only going to be radical people who are going to be willing to deal with this sort of problem, and some people might say, well, it's only a minor issue, but it's not. It's these sort of minor issues like we're seeing here which allow the more serious issues to creep in behind them. They act as the lubricant, so to speak, the societal lubricant for more serious issues to then be able to get gripping within society and take hold. Unfortunately though, a lot of people are incapable of understanding that concept, because you know, I don't even know why people can't grasp that. It's just, sorry, a little bit of rainwater on my head there. But yeah, I just don't know why people are capable of grasping that. But anyway, if you found this interesting, insightful, informative, whatever, you know, along those lines, please like, subscribe. Definitely put a comment below whether you agree with me, disagree with me. I love reading your comments. I love trying to reply back to as many as I can. I am willing to change my opinion on things for those of you this is a first time viewer. So please, if you have got a strong enough argument or debating point against me, please put it in there. I will consider it. I may not agree with you, but you know what, I might do as well, and I'm happy to change my mind if the points that you put are good enough. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there. Thanks for watching this. Take care. Goodbye.